I'm Tony GOLDWYN, your host for today's Parade Across America. This afternoon, I have the privilege of guiding you through the presidential escort procession and later the virtual Parade Across America. Although as individual citizens we have our differences, more at some moments than at others, one bond that unites us as Americans, especially today, is our belief in our enduring democracy. The tradition of the presidential escort traces its roots back to the very start of our nation's history. On April 30th, 1789, members of the United States Armed Forces escorted President-elect George Washington to the steps of New York's Federal Hall to be sworn in as the first president of the United States. When Washington, D.C. became our nation's capital, the inaugural parade took on its present route, from the swearing-in ceremony on the steps of the U.S. Capitol building all the way to the White House. And today, for the 59th time in our nation's history, a newly sworn-in president will make that symbolic journey, linking past to present and paying tribute to our uniquely American democracy. Accompanying President Biden or Vice President Harris, their respective spouses and families, representatives from law enforcement, from all 5 branches of our nation's military, and from the alma maters of both President Biden and Vice President Harris, the University of Delaware and Howard University. At the head of the presidential escort are the Motorcycle Division and Color Guard of the Metro D.C. Police, led by Chief Robert J. Conti III. The department was created in 1861 and has served in presidential inauguration celebrations since the second inaugural of President Abraham Lincoln in 1865. And here is the prestigious U.S. Army Band, also known as Pershing's Own. The band was founded by General John J. Blackjack Pershing. to resemble the European military bands he encountered while commanding the U.S. Expeditionary Forces during World War I. The band has been part of every inaugural escort since 1925. They may be musical ambassadors, but they're still active duty soldiers. Every member has completed basic combat training and is expected to maintain U.S. Army training standards. The 8 buttons down the front of their jacket represent the 8 notes of the musical scale, and each button is stamped with the Great Seal of the United States. Now in uniforms patterned after those worn by the field musicians of the Revolutionary War, we have the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. They've performed in every presidential inauguration since John 1961. I think we all recognize the next element of the parade. It's the presidential motorcade, carrying the man sworn in today as our nation's 46th president, Joseph R. Biden Jr. You know, watching this live in our nation's capital, seeing all those men and women in uniform is a reminder to all of us that we owe so much to all those who serve and to all America's military families who, in their own way, serve right alongside their loved ones. Today, we're part of a tradition that dates back to the very founding of our country. And for parents watching at home with their kids, what's important perhaps to share with them as we see this ceremony are just 3 words. Our democracy endures. President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden have exited their vehicle. They are entering the north grounds of the White House towards the North Portico to make their first official entrance to the White House as President and First Lady of the United States of America. Officially, today is about the inauguration of our president and vice president, but in a larger sense, it's a celebration of our democracy and of the entire American people. We truly are celebrating America.
Hey, how does it feel to be president finally? Hey, how are you, sir? Good to see you. I know. It's been 3 hours. How does it feel, Mr. President? Feels great. It feels good? Feels good. All righty. Congratulations. Thank you.
What is this moment you're about to walk into the West Wing? Give a message to President Trump. Not a fair. Mr. President, can we unite the country? Thank you. Hi guys. Love you.
Love you guys. Love you. Woo-hoo.
It's our family.
It's our family.
Baby, how are you? Yep.
Mr. President, how are you?
I'm well.
What is your message to the world?
Unity.
Hey, you guys, we're gonna let him cross. The pool, move to the side, please. We're gonna let the president cross. Pool, can you hold, please? He's gonna turn around.
I'm just trying to get over.
Okay, pool, let's go, pool. You guys, let's go. Pool, let's go. We gotta move. Let's go.
That concludes the historic 59th inaugural presidential escort procession. And now, as we continue with today's Parade Across America, here's Jon Stewart.
Good afternoon and welcome to the very first virtual presidential inaugural parade across America. As you just saw, as is tradition, the parade and procession began at the United States Capitol and culminated with the arrival of President Biden and Vice President Harris at the White House. We may not be able to be together in person, but we can still gather, even if it's virtual, and celebrate this grand tradition. This year, we've had to create a new style of parade, allowing Americans from our states and U.S. territories the ability to participate safely from their hometowns. It's been a tough year. Pandemic, economic downturns, political divisions, social unrest, but we need to remember this, that every day, you may not be hearing about it on the news, you may not be seeing it on the internet, but there are millions of unsung American heroes who are keeping our nation going, caring for our loved ones, teaching our kids, keeping us all connected, making us smile, reminding us about what it is to truly be an American and what is great about America. That's what this day is about, an America united by our commitment to each other. One of those heroes is Dr. Jason Campbell. He's a resident physician in Oregon. You probably know him a little bit better as the dancing TikTok doc. Dr. Campbell, how you doing?
Mr. Stewart, I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me today.
When did you start dancing? Is this a recent thing? You're tremendous at it. You've had training.
I started dancing when I was in high school, maybe 7th or 8th grade with popping and locking and breakdancing. They actually called me Poppin' Jay in my high school.
I was also referred to as Poppin' Jay in high school for the way that oftentimes my back vertebrae would pop. This must be obviously your first inaugural parade, yes?
Yes, it is. This is, incredibly special. If you look at, obviously, President Biden being elected and then Vice President Harris, and as the first African-American and Indian woman, that's incredibly special. Something that I know that I treasure, that my family treasures, and that many that look like me are very proud to see.
I look forward to the pandemic being over so that you and I may join a breakdancing crew together.
I would love that. What do you think the name would be?
It'd probably be called The Good Dancing Doctor and the Old Man Who Looks Like He Hurt Himself. It's a long name.
It's catchy.
You're a good man, Dr. Campbell, and we're so delighted that you were able to catch up with us, and we'll hopefully check you out later.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Stewart.
And so, if you will, it's time to kick off for the first time in our nation's history, and God willing, the last time we won't be able to be together. Here it is, our virtual parade across America.
I'm Tony GOLDWYN. I got to tell you, I played a president on TV a few years ago, and I never got a parade from Shonda Rhimes, anything like the one you're going to see today. As Jon Stewart noted, our Parade Across America features Americans from across the country joining us from their hometowns. In fact, over the next hour or so, you're going to see participants and performers from all 50 states and every U.S. territory honored to be part of this day, committed to the ideal of an America united. Simply put, it's a virtual roadshow. We've got marching bands, we have baton and flag twirlers, dancers, equestrians, drill teams, musical performances, as well as tributes to some of the American heroes living right next door to us who've been making a difference in their communities during this terrible pandemic. Americans united on this historic day. And even though a virtual event is a bit different, this parade remains faithful to its most treasured and beloved traditions. And one of those traditions is a performance by a group of musicians who have been featured at every inauguration for almost a century.
We are the United States Coast Guard Band, based in New London, Connecticut, and we are honored to have performed in every inauguration since 1929. Band is here today representing the United States Coast Guard and the Department of Homeland Security.
We are the Youth Empowerment Project, a community-based organization that helps kids like me achieve our dreams.
And Joe Biden must be proud because when he visited our home state of Louisiana, he invited us to be part of the celebration.
I met Joe, and I know that he cared about making opportunities for everybody in America.
We're the Culver Academy's Black Horse Troop and Equestrians from Indiana, and this will be the 18th inaugural parade we're participating in, dating back to President Woodrow Wilson's first inauguration in 1913. Today, we have 71 members and 67 horses joining us.
Congratulations, Mr. President and Madam Vice President.
Hello, America. We are military-connected kids, and we go to a Department of Defense Education activity school in Italy.
There are nearly 70,000 military-connected kids in 160 DoDEA schools around the world.
DoDEA has schools in 11 countries, 7 states, and 2 territories.
There are more than 50,000 of us overseas. Wherever our parents serve, we serve too.
On behalf of all of us, we would like to say welcome aboard to our new Commander-in-Chief, President Biden, and Vice President Harris.
As part of our parade across America, we are shining the spotlight on local heroes from different states and different backgrounds who went above and beyond to support their friends, to lend others, and to strengthen their communities during this challenging past year of the COVID-19 pandemic. For me, each of these heroes next door demonstrates the spirit, the resilience, the compassion, and the caring of our people. Our first hero is from Georgia.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Good. How about you, Mr. Bensdorf? My name is Jason ZGONC. I'm in 7th grade, and I am 12 years old, and I've been playing the trumpet since 4th grade.
My name is Karen ZGONC, and Jason is my son. I came across this video of this trumpet player from the New York Philharmonic playing off his rooftop, and I think it was right after shift change. We happen to live right down the street from the hospital, so I suggested to Jason, is this something you might want to try to do?
My mom asked, do you want to come and play for the hospital here? And I said, yeah. And then we came back the next day. I wanted to come play at the hospital because I wanted to give the hospital workers and people a bit of joy at the end of their day. One of my favorite things from playing at the hospital was the ambulances driving by and flashing their lights, and also the people in the parking deck waving and saying, great job.
It was really always his decision. That commitment that he showed to show up here 100 days just gives me this immense sense of pride as his mother.
Doesn't matter how old you are, you can make your community better.
When I first heard Jason's story, I knew I wanted to connect with him. Never in a million years did I think that whether it's in the concert hall or up here from rooftop to rooftop or New York to Atlanta, a seemingly small gesture would have such an impact and travel so far. It looks like you're over at the hospital where you've been playing trumpet for a while?
Yeah, I am.
Ever since I've seen you play there, I've always wanted to play a duet with you. What do you think? Should we do it?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
We are the Massachusetts Veterans of Foreign Wars Honor Guard, paying special tribute to the greatest generation of World War II and the newest greatest generation of today's all-volunteer United States Armed Forces. The freedom and opportunities we enjoy are thanks to their sacrifice. We salute our Commander-in-Chief, the 46th President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden. Present arms. We are proud to be part of the 2021 Parade Across America. Mark time. March. Forward. March.
Welcome to Des Moines, Iowa. We are the ISISERETTES Drill and Drum Corps.
We're based in Durham, North Carolina, but we perform all across America. We're the King BMX Stunt Show. Like America, we come from all over, but really we are one united team.
Well, we're off to a great start, and we have a lot of excitement ahead with more music, different performers from across the country, shout-outs to our new president and vice president, and salutes to some more heroes next door. You know, every big parade has dancers and drill teams, right? Well, our next performers are a combination, a dancing drill team that has toured around the world.
The Kilgore College Rangerettes are proud to represent Texas in the red, white, and blue.
Texas, we say this, let's get united, America.
We are the Native American Women Warriors, the nation's first all-female Native American color guard. Our mission is to recognize women veterans that have served in our America's armed forces, especially those like us of Native descent. We are here today from across the country for this historic event. Congratulations, President Biden and Vice President Harris.
We are the Fire Department, New York City, Emergency Medical Services, Pipes and Drums. We are honored to be marching in the Parade Across America.
We are the Devlin High School Marching Band from Denver, Colorado. It is the honor of our lives to celebrate our democracy and the inauguration of our president.
We are Scout Troop 358 from Philadelphia, the only troop chosen to represent all Boy Scouts at the 2009 and 2013 inaugurations of President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden.
So in keeping with our traditions of joining the parade when Joe Biden is being inaugurated, we wanted to be part of the day, honoring him and Vice President Harris.
Right now, we have a very special collaboration coming to us from two different locations. Overlooking the Black Lives Matter mural in Hollywood is Grammy nominee Andra Day, and she is joined by an amazing 10-year-old skater, Caitlin Saunders, who performed her routine in Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C.
Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, we're gonna walk it out. Silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting harder to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains, bring it to its feet and move. We will rise
Cloggers from Boone, North Carolina.
Chinese American community from President Joe Biden's home state of Delaware. The strength of our nation comes from the rich diversity of the culture of the American people. And we are so honored and proud to share this performance with you today. Congratulations, Mr. President and Madam Vice President.
We are hockey players from the New Hampshire Seacoast,
led by the University of New Hampshire's mascot.
And we are thrilled to be in the parade across America.
And congratulations, President Joe Biden.
And congratulations to Vice President Harris.
My gosh, those were some amazing artists. Okay, our second hero next door is a fifth-generation Texan, a teacher who truly lives our Across America theme. To make her lessons come to life for her students, she took a road trip across America to show them the very places where historic moments happened. Here is Kathy Cluck.
I am a high school teacher in Austin, Texas, and in July, when I realized we would start the school remotely, I took the opportunity to take off and teach history from places where it happened. This morning, I'm in Jamestown. The students would tune in every day and just sort of see what my background was for that day. And it was a way for them really to see that history is still important, it still matters. It's not just in the pages of a textbook. This is Yorktown. Would not have won the war were it not for the help of the French. Sailed in right back there. They cut off the British. Cornwallis had to surrender. Boom. America born. Thanks, France. I was able to teach lessons to my high school kids about society, about how America is still changing. We're still in a process. It's been fun for the spotlight to be on teachers across the country who are working so hard to really make education happen and productive, even though we're doing it during a pandemic. We're there for each other and we can be there for each other, and I think that was pretty much the message.
We are Mariachi Hoya from Las Vegas High School, proud to represent Nevada in the parade across America. Although we can't perform together, we prepared a special performance for you.
Y lindos árabes se encuentran la historia de mis raíces y tradiciones. Ay, 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 como quiero a mi mariachi. En mero tierra caliente, Nayarit y Michoacán. La tierra
President Biden and Vice President Harris, felicidades.
Now let's watch Vice President Harris and her husband Douglas Emhoff entering the north grounds of the White House, making their way towards the north portico to make their very first entrance into the White House as Vice President and Second Gentleman of the United States of America.
Presidential motorcade carrying
Well, that was historic. A number of today's participants have been in more than 2 previous inaugural parades. In fact, there is a participant today who has been in 6, and his colleague has been in 5. They are Jack and Thomas, 2 horses from Culver Academy. This year's parade features several equestrian groups with a long history of performing for our nation's presidents. Joining us for their 4th appearance at an inauguration is Michigan's multi-jurisdictional mounted police drill team. With their 2nd appearance are members of the American Side Saddle Association, and Culver Academies is making their 18th appearance. Now, I learned a lot doing my inauguration research. For example, I learned that Thomas Jefferson rode his own horse to the Capitol. Andrew Jackson arrived at his ceremony in a horse-drawn carriage, while Abraham Lincoln's carriage was escorted by civilians on horseback. And once again, horses and their riders are adding a majesty and grace to this quadrennial event. With us next on our Parade Across America are some of the talented stars of the Ryan Martin Foundation, which is part of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. They're joined by Elena Della Dawn from the WNBA's Washington Mystics and the NBA's Grant Hill and Chris Paul.
This has been a time where we've all had to overcome challenges, when we've all had to adapt to what life throws at us. But our American spirit allows us to have hope. It allows us to thrive. And now, joining us for the Parade Across America are the basketball stars of the Ryan Martin Foundation.
I'm Grant Hill, and that is quite a team.
And so is this. Congratulations, Mr. President and Madam Vice President.
Let's get United America.
Aloha. The Oli we are sharing with you is about the inspiration, the beginning, and the growth of the future. And for us as the Ie and the Ohia, they work together to bring forth all these new beginnings working together. We offer this Oli chant to President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris.
I'm Paula Davis from the state of Maryland, representing all the families of our nation's fallen heroes at TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors.
Our mission is to provide hope and healing.
And just as they serve our nation, we are here to serve them.
We are together united in solidarity with military loss survivors, including the Biden family.
I honor my brother, Major Andrew Byers.
I honor my battle buddy.
I honor my husband,
Grandpa William.
Our dad, Major Paul C. Volke.
I'm Captain Isaac Seals. We are the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon. Semper Fi.
We are here to represent Puerto Rico.
Estamos muy orgullosos de haber sido invitados.
That means we are so proud to have been invited.
Regardless of language, we all believe that we are better when we unite together.
Earlier in our parade, my friend Jon Stewart got to spend a few minutes with an American hero who brought joy and comfort to those who needed it this past year. So I loved watching his videos, and if I'm lucky, someday soon he will teach me how to dance. So let's spend some time with a truly amazing doctor.
Hi, I'm Jason Campbell, a resident physician in Portland, Oregon. You might better know me as the TikTok Doc. Right before the pandemic started, I actually had met with a medical student, and she noted, well, there's this app called TikTok. And she said, well, you lip sync and you kind of dance, and it's these new songs, and you curate this joy, basically, if you're good at it. And next thing I know, 500,000 views, 750, 1 million, and I thought, well, I think people like this. And so it actually started with the idea to reach back to the community, to reach back to a young Black boy and say, hey, if you like to dance, if you like to do things outside the classroom, keep that going, but you can also be a physician one day. If I can leave you with anything today, it's the idea that we need to be together apart. We need to be safe, we need a distance, but we also need to still be together. Now is not the time to be isolated. It's time to reach out, a time to ask for help, a time to be there for others, to give help, to lend a hand. And I'm incredibly grateful to all of those who have done their part to bring joy and hope to their communities.
I do my head talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Your punches got to roll with. You got to keep it focused. You wanna say so.
Go, got one. Go, go, oh, go, yeah, go, 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 go. Cash on me, like I hit the lottery.
We're the Teenage Flag Twirlers, proud to represent New Jersey. We are inspired by women like Kamala Harris who break barriers. We are united in support of the promise of what's to come.
Coming to you from the Wind River Indian Reservation, these are the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone dancers.
Now, there are some people who believe that crop circles are the work of mysterious aliens. It's not for me to say, but I do know that the crop designs we are about to showcase are the work of some extraordinary artists from right here on planet Earth. In the past, the Earthworks Art Crop Circle project has created images of President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the late Congressman John Lewis. So let's head to Kansas to take a look at what Stan Hurd and team have created for us today.
Forward, march. Stop your left and drag your right. Do it till you get it right.
We're the Flying Lady Tigers, dedicated to serving our community and nation. Proud to be celebrating America.
Sound of U.S. Sound of Air Force. Break down now.
U.S. Air Force. U.S. Air Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Cassidy, and I'd like to welcome you all to Pass the Mic, Inaugural Edition, coming to you live from the parade across America, from President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, this is brought to you by my musical heroes, and is dedicated to the everyday heroes around our great nation. Let's come together. You ready, Philip?
I'm ready, Cass.
You ready, Verdine?
Ready, Cassidy.
You ready, Ralph?
Ready, Cass.
Let's sing.
When you feel down and out,
say what?
Sing a song, it'll make you dead.
Can you feel the love?
You live time and shout, alright. Sing a song, it'll make you wet.
I can feel the love.
Sometimes it's hard to care.
Say what?
Sing a song, it'll make you dead.
I said the party has just begun.
It's not so hard to bear.
Sing it, Philip.
Sing a song, it'll make you wet.
We're gonna sing.
Sing a song.
We're gonna love.
Sing a song.
We're gonna sing.
Sing a song.
We're gonna love.
Sing a song.
Break it down.
You can sing a song today, you will make a better way. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh! Hey, Niall.
Hey, Cass, what's up?
Feels like we're coming together, right?
Got it, my brother.
Now, this right here is a celebration. A celebration of our democracy, our resilience, and our spirit. A celebration of the everyday heroes who make our nation great. Because teamwork makes the dream work. Now, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, we are all one big family. So I want to invite people from around the country to sing along. You ready, Kathy?
Yeah, I'm ready, Cass.
Here we go, let's sing.
We are family.
Around the country ride.
I got all my sisters with me.
Let's come together now.
We are family.
And sing it with me, right?
Get up, everybody, and sing.
A little louder now.
We are family.
Around the country ride.
I got all my sisters with me.
Let's come together now.
We are family.
And sing it with me, right?
Get up, everybody, and sing.
You look so beautiful out there.
Everyone can see we're together.
We're together now.
We walk on by.
Oh.
And we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people.
All the people now.
Around us they stay.
Around this nation.
Can they be that close?
I want to hear you sing.
Just let me state for the record.
Sing it loud and proud.
We're giving love in a family day.
Let's go, let's go.
We are family.
Washington Chorus, the Triumph Baptist Church Choir, the Trans Chorus of Los Angeles, and so many other amazing Americans for singing along. Naya Rogers, Kathy Sledge, and Verdine White, Ralph Johnson, and Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind, and Fire! My name is DJ Cassidy, and this is Pass the Mic. From my musical heroes to the everyday heroes around the country, to President Biden and Vice President Harris, one love, share love, spread love. One more time!
Okay, so now let's head to Charleston, South Carolina to shine the spotlight on another hero next door. She serves in the United States Air Force, and in addition to her service in the military, she's been working long hours serving her neighbors in Charleston sewing masks to be used by frontline workers, including a nurse whom she knows pretty well, her mom. Here is Master Sergeant Carrie Ann Thomas.
I can't think of a time where I've called out for help or support that the people in the military have not been there. My mom is a hospice nurse, and PPE was strained across the country. I was set to deploy in the spring, so I was more worried about her than I was about me. I was gonna use a sewing machine, and I was gonna learn how to make masks. I took to social media. A lot of people asked for my mom's address, and they started to send her masks from across the world. No one wants a pandemic, but if you have to go through it, you want to go through it with a strong community. On behalf of Joint Base Charleston, here in the Low Country of South Carolina, we're proud to serve and would like to welcome our new Commander-in-Chief.
From Springfield, Ohio, we are the Kent Ridge Marching Cougar Band, proud to represent Ohio in the parade across America.
Greetings from the Virgin Islands of the United States. We congratulate President Joseph R. Biden
and Vice President Kamala Harris on their inauguration.
Sending our best wishes to the administration and our great nation.
Founded on the principles of life, liberty, equality, and justice for all.
Okay, as soon as it's safe, that's where I'm going on my next vacation. Our final Hero Next Door tribute is to an extraordinary woman from Idaho. She and her friends are part of a community service musical comedy performance group called the Red Hot Mamas. They range in age from 30 to over 80. They are strong, they bring joy through dance, they triumph over the challenges of life, and they've joined together to entertain their neighbors and all of us.
My name is Mickey Stevens, and I am the originator and director of a fabulous group called the Red Hot Mamas. The Red Hot Mamas are a musical comedy entertainment group focusing on community service. We are dedicated to the exploitation of merriment and the enhancement of the ridiculous. As for me, I have had a medically incurable form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma called follicular lymphoma. So I've been in and out of treatments for 10 years. I just will not quit. So being challenged like that has made me more sensitive, and I flat out want to bring joy. The most rewarding thing we did during this COVID time is we performed parades and shows outside assisted living homes, singing, dancing, and hooting and hollering. One lady yelled, "You are just what we needed around here. Come on back, come on back." Shine on, no matter what, no matter how.
Hi, I'm the lead singer from the New Radicals. The band ended over 20 years ago before our second single was even released. So when we heard that You Get What You Give was a Biden family anthem, we pledged if Joe won, we'd get together and play our little song, both in memory and in honor of our new president's patriot son, Beau, and also with the prayer of Joe being able to bring our country together again. Joe, Kamala, this one's for you.
Wake up, kids, we got the dreamer's disease. Age 14, they got you down on your knees. So polite, but busy still saying please. When the night is falling, you cannot find the light. You feel your dreams are dying all the time. You got the music
As we all know, the Summer Olympics that were scheduled in 2020 were moved to later this year due to the pandemic. So, like many of us, those Olympic athletes saw their dreams deferred. But they are resilient and they are continuing to train because their dreams will not be denied. Joining us are three of our Olympic stars, two Summer Olympians, track star Allison Felix and swimmer Katie Ledecky, and a five-time U.S. national figure skating champion and 2018 Winter Olympics medal winner, Nathan Chen.
Like this inaugural, the Olympics is an every 4-year event, an event that connects and unites Americans.
No matter who you are or where you're from.
We are honored to be here today as athletes who are resilient and strong, just like the nation and people we represent.
Let's unite America.
Let's unite America.
From Fort Jackson, South Carolina, we are the 81st Readiness Division.
The South Shore Drill Team and Performing Arts on Illinois, an entertainment group with the focus on education.
Oh man, it is hard to pick my favorite moment from this virtual parade across America, but this next segment has got to be at the top of the list. We call it our Dance Across America. Over 1,600 people from across the country, people of all ages, ethnicities, and cultures, submitted videos of themselves dancing, showing the unbridled enthusiasm and freedom of the American spirit. It perfectly represents the coming together of the American people on this historic day. Created by the legendary director and choreographer Kenny Ortega and featuring dancers from 30 states and 2 U.S. territories, here is Dance Across America.
Down in
As we've seen throughout today's celebration in communities large and small, the American spirit in all its glory remains alive and well in our people. A hopeful reminder as we commit ourselves to our goal of an America united.